Hi guys, if you want to know how to find standard deviation, then please watch this video. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the equation first. So we are going to find a standard deviation of a sample. As you can see, we have only 5 numbers. I purposely chose only that amount of numbers because the procedure is kind of lengthy and the goal is to show the procedure. We're not gonna analyze anything. So we have a S equals, I don't know, this doesn't look very nice, S. Let me erase that. So I'm gonna use the small s as a sample and of standard deviation. And first what we're gonna do is we're gonna find the mean, which is x bar. Once we find the mean, we're gonna subtract the mean from each data value. So this is gonna be 47, 41, 46, and so on. So we're gonna subtract mean from that number. Once we subtract the mean, we are going to square the answer. Keep in mind, you wanna have this in parentheses because you might end up with negative numbers. Once we square the answer, we are going to take a sum of all the 5 values that we get. And once we have the sum, we are going to divide by n minus 1. So the n is 5. We have 5 numbers minus 1, so we're gonna divide by 4. Once we do that, then we're gonna take a square root of the final answer. So that's a square root, okay? So let's get started to find mean. So I have x bar equals, we're gonna add all the numbers, 47 plus 41 plus 46. This is kind of review for how to find mean. 38 divided by 5. That equals, so let's see, I'm using 5. Okay, so we have 211 divided by 5, which equals approximately 42.2. So that's the mean. Okay, so now we're gonna take the mean and we're gonna subtract from each data value, but I'm going to actually put this in the formula. So I'm gonna do like this big square root here. Okay, and now we're going to write down here. So I'm gonna write down 47 minus 42.2 squared. Plus, I'm going to write 41 minus 42.2 squared, and so on. Plus, I'm going to write 46 minus 42.2. We're gonna square that number, plus 39 minus 42.2 squared, plus last number 38 minus 42.2 squared, and all that we're gonna divide by 5 minus 1, which is gonna be 4. So far so good? Okay, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to write this as kind of like S equals, just make it better. Okay, so let's continue. We have S equals, again I'm just gonna do that big square root, and now we're gonna put the values in. So 47 minus 42.2, this is going to be 4.8 squared, plus this number is gonna be negative 1.2 squared. You wanna keep that number in parentheses because you are squaring negative. You're gonna end up with positive number. If you did not put it in parentheses, you might end up with negative number. 3.8 squared plus 39 minus 42.2 is negative 3.2 squared. Plus, and the last one is gonna be negative 4.2 squared. So this is all under square root divided by, and I really apologize about my handwriting. I don't have the best tablet to write on. So S equals, and now we are going to write the square numbers. So let me see if I can leave this now a little bit. Okay, let's see if I could just lift. No, I can. Oh yes, I can. Okay, so let's go to draw. Okay, so now we have 4.8 square is going to be, and you know what, I'm just gonna like make it a little better now when I have more space. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to make a, okay, so now I have 4.8 squared is gonna be 20. Actually, let's not put parentheses. We don't need that anymore. I'm just gonna erase the parentheses. 4.8 squared is 23.04 plus 1.44, that's minus 1.2 squared, plus 3.8 squared is 14.44, plus negative 3.2 squared is 10.24, plus negative 4.2 squared is 17.64 divided by 4. Okay, equals, and square root of, I'm gonna add all the numerator numbers together and I'm gonna get 66.8 or 80 divided by 4, and so standard deviation equals 66.8 divided by 4 is gonna be 16.70, which when I take a square root, it is approximately 4.1. I'm gonna round it to 1 decimal place. So this is a 1 standard deviation away from mean. So what does it mean? This is just very quick bonus. Okay, so if you have, oh, that is not good. Let me go back. So if you have, or let's say the mean, I'm sorry, I don't wanna have it. Let's see. Okay, okay, well, I'll just deal with that. So let's say the mean is 42.2. So this is the middle of the data, 42.2. And let's say we have a normal distribution, and this is the middle. It doesn't look very good. And then when you are 1 standard deviation away, so 4.1 is 1 standard deviation. That means 1 standard deviation is gonna be 46.3 on the right side and 38.1 on the left side. So we can talk about that later. But so the standard deviation is 4.1.